Hi everybody, it's Brian back again with another GamePro issue review from my GamePro collection as a youth. And this time episode or GamePro issue number volume, I should say GamePro volume number 50 from September 1993. And you can see here we have Mortal Kombat on the cover. And here we have, it's going after, well, if you ignore my address right there, it's kind of covering it. It has a special on Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Jurassic Park. NES, it had Kirby's Adventure, Jurassic Park, World Heroes 2 for Neo Geo, Game Gear, Tom and Jerry, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, sneak previews Mega Man X, Mega Man 6, and Art of Fighting. So let's open this up. And here we have the great ad for the Raging Fighter, which I remember. Just this guy getting kicked in the face. I always remembered that as a kid. And the Super Advantage, which I talked about before, which I always wanted and I'm still looking to pick up. It's the biggest thing to hit the Sega. And it's an ASCII pad they have here. Mortal Kombat, Mortal Monday, September 13th, 1993. Have the contents. Yoshi's Cookie, which I never got into. Didn't know how to play it. Talking about ratings. So here's before the ESRB, I think they had, or this might have been around the time of the ESRB when it was just coming out in 93, the rating systems. This is the killer pad. Looks like Haunting. This game looks kind of interesting. Oh yeah, 16 megs. That's when they showed like the maximum like back then it was like, whoa, a cartridge, so many megs it can hold. It's amazing. 16 megs was like, whoa. I think Super Metroid was like 24 megs. It was huge. Mailbag. Violence in games, the readers speak out. Arcade Arcana. Some artwork people did on the envelopes. I don't know how they mailed these in. If I drew this stuff on the envelope, I would not want to mail it if I put that much work into it. Cool Spot, which is completely different than the Cool Spot for the NES that I picked up. That's like a puzzle game. This is actually a pretty fun Genesis platformer. If you remember the Spot character, 7-Up's guy, or 7-Up's mascot. Here we have the Cutting Edge, and we have the Edge 16 and modem for your Genesis. Dial up the competition. Early days of online stuff. Game's terrible. Battle Blaze, I have it. It's not too fun. Caught at the arcades. Slam Masters. This game was a Capcom, I think. Capcom made it? Yeah. It's like a fighting game, wrestling game. Very fun. When confronted with danger, opossums will often play dead. Here's the opossum. This one goes ballistic. And there's Sparkster from Rocket Knight Adventures. Fun game. If you have a chance, pick it up or play it. Basically, this possum's in armor and you can fly around on a rocket pack. And how awesome is that? Jurassic Park for the Genesis. I remember you could play as Sam Neill's character, Dr. Grant, or the Raptor. It was kind of cool. You could play from both perspectives. And here's Rocket Knight Adventures. He gave it 3.5, 4.0, or 4.5, 4.0, 4.0, 4.0. So they really liked it. Spider-Man and X-Men, Arcade's Revenge. The Simpsons. Oh, excuse me, yawning. The Simpsons, Bart's Nightmare, which I've never played. I think I might have played. Was it after Super Nintendo? I can't remember. Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. I have the first Chuck Rock. I'd actually like to play that. General Chaos for the Genesis. Robo Alesta for the Sega CD. Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. Here it is right here. He plays his baby of Chuck Rock. Chuck Rock's baby, I should say. Gauntlet 4. Which, I'd be interested in playing that. Biometal. Don't remember that game. For the Super Nintendo. F-15 Strike Eagle. Jurassic Park came out for every platform imaginable. Robo Elesta for the Sega CD. Shoot 'em up. These were really big in Japan. And you can see the coupon for Mortal Monday, September 13th, the KB stores. I actually used this coupon to purchase my copy. As you can see, it is cut out. And what unfortunate review did I butcher to get my Mortal Kombat game for Super Nintendo? AH3 Firehawk. So I didn't have a Sega CD at the time, so a big loss for me anyway. It's funny, I found it cut out where I got my coupon. And how much did I save? I think it was like $5 or something like that. Mortal Monday. World Heroes. Mortal Kombat for the Super Nintendo. They liked it except for sound and control. They gave kind of the lowest scores. And I think they gave it lower because there was no blood in this. You had to enter a blood code to get the blood. Genesis, the graphics suffered, but you had all the blood out of the box. The Adventures of Plock. Plock's a fun game. I didn't know they had a comic. This was an awesome ad they had for it of a comic with Plock. I just picked up Plock last month. Very fun. Game Boy Pro View of Mortal Kombat. They really didn't like it at all. Game Gear fared a little bit better, as you can see. It's amazing they even were able to port these on these handhelds with limited memory, RAM, and processing power. Beat 'em up games preview. So back in the early 90s, beat 'em up like fighting games were everywhere. You can see so many. Clay Fighter, which I was excited to get. Art of Fighting, Samurai Showdown. Just so many. Don't remember Secret Missions. World Heroes for the Super Nintendo. Super Bomberman for the Super Nintendo. Never played it. Super Baseball 2020. Super NES Pro review of Cool Spot. Wireless controllers by Acclaim. Rock and Roll Racing. It's like RC Pro-Am with rock music. Futuristic setting. Very fun. Mega Man X preview. Talking about Mega Man X. X-Men. Spider-Man X-Men. Arcade's Revenge, I think. Is that it? Just Spider-Man X-Men. Kirby's Adventure, and they love Kirby's Adventure. Look at that. Gave it huge, good ratings there. Jurassic Park for the NES, which I'd like to pick up. Dash and Desperados. This game actually looks kind of cool. If I ever see this in the store, I want to pick it up. Looks kind of fun. It's like you can have 2 players. World Heroes 2 for the Neo Geo. Amazing scores they gave it. Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. Well, this is just Street Fighter 2 for the PC Engine. There are the Acrobat ad, the sports pages, ad for software, etc. Oh, Mutant League Football, that's a good one. I'd like to find that. Hockey was good too, Mutant League Hockey. Jurassic Park on the Game Boy. Tom and Jerry the movie. Star Trek The Next Generation for the NES and Game Boy. More sports games. Cut GamePro lab reports. In development. What's this? Who says that you can't take it with you? Innovation has a handheld system in development that plays NES carts. Never heard of that. There it is right down here. What is it called? It's called the Top Gun. Because the carts slip into the top of the portable NES unit. I don't know if that ever came out. Yeah, this thing I've seen in stores, this 4-player NES adapter. Super Multitap for the Super Nintendo. A solar charger for your Game Gear. General Chaos ad, I believe. Upcoming games, Super Mario All-Stars. Rescue Rangers 2, which I've never played. I love the first Rescue Rangers. Fun with 2 people. Just remember picking up, like, if your friend had trouble with an area, you could just pick them up and carry them through it. What's to say about Rescue Rangers 2? After you, oh, please, insist, I insist. Those excruciating polite rodents, Chip and his monk buddy Dale, are back for a second NES session in 2-player action. The daring duo are up to their cheek pouches in trouble. Fat Cat, the notorious criminal feline, has stolen a valuable gem. Now the boys must hop and bop through 10 levels of play in search of the missing jewels in this multi-scrolling action game. Castlevania Bloodlines, that's one I want to get to. Fun Castlevania game. Enjoy 8 megs of action and horror when the beleaguered Belmont family tries once again to end the curse of the evil Count Dracula. So Jam and Earl 2. Battletoads Double Dragon. Genghis Khan 2, Clan of the Grey Wolf. Another Koei strategy game. Oh, and speaking of Clan of the Grey Wolf, check out, there's a website called Clan of the Grey Wolf run by Rue and the Commodore. A very fun, interesting site. They have like 16-bit gems, reviews of 16-bit games, and the weekly ringer, weekly updates, and stuff like that. Very knowledgeable, especially, Rue's video game science episodes are really insightful, and yeah, so check them out. Echo the Dolphin, I remember that game, being excited for that, playing it at a friend's house. Whoa, it's amazing. The graphics were great. Batman Returns was awesome on the Super Nintendo, never played on the Sega CD. Some codes for Super Castlevania. Nice. Infinite hearts for weapons, that'd be nice. Infinite lives, infinite hit points. Flashback. Batman Returns for Super Nintendo, one of my favorite beat-em-ups on the SNES. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Simpsons Bart's Nightmare. I got this for $1. 64-bit systems to debut in October. The 64-bit system to debut in October. I'll give you a hint. It starts with an A and ends with an I. Atari, and it was a Jaguar. You're talking about that. The newly configured Sega Genesis and Sega CD are slotted for a midsummer release. The CD unit will be priced at $229, which is a reduction of $70 off the Sega CD's $70. The Sega CD must still be purchased separately from the Genesis. I think they're talking about the Model 2 Sega CD and the Model 2 Genesis. Capcom prices Street Fighter 2 home carts. It's $70. And $70 back in '93 was a lot of money. I remember I actually bought that game, lent it to a kid, and he would get mad. It was my fault for renting to him. But when I played with him, he'd get so mad he'd throw his stuff around. And when I got it back from him, the whole back case was cracked. And you could actually pop the back off where it was cracked, and you'd see the chip. And he played it off like he didn't do it, which was dumb. But he just got so mad at stuff. I still have that game, too. Bubble Bobble Part 2. If you ever see this game, pick it up. It's very rare. Well, if you pick it up retail, it's going to be like $300. But if you find it at a yard sale for like $10, $20, pick it up. Okay, guys, there's the back with Addams Family, Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt. And that is GamePro Volume 50 from September 1993. I hope you enjoyed going through this GamePro time machine for me for this issue. It's fun for me because I get to look back at these magazines, and I might as well just share with people who also want to look at these magazines. So, until next time, guys, this is Brian saying take care.